Welcome to CAFAC YouTube channel. This is a new channel that has come into the Ghanaian space to dedicate itself to the problem that we face in this country, the evil problem of fraud and corruption. It's going to be a TV channel, a YouTube channel that will dedicate itself to all cases of fraud and corruption. And that's why we say when it is about fraud and corruption, trust us to be there to bring it to you. But above that, we are also an educational channel that we will dedicate ourselves to bringing you stories that will help us to educate you about the evils of fraud and corruption in Ghana, and also bring prevention, detection, and eradication measures. We know that it's not going to be easy. We know that it's a big challenge, but we've been here before, we've done this before, and we are confident that we're going to be successful once again this time around. CAFAC was introduced into this country in the year 2011. That is exactly 11 years ago. We came as an educational establishment to teach young graduates in Ghana about fraud and corruption, and also to train those who were interested in auditing to obtain their certifications as certified fraud auditors, certified internal auditors, certified IT auditors, and so on and so forth. We had a limited success, but we made a mark and we planned to go back to the US, rededicate ourselves, rethink our strategies, and come back strong. In 2022, we are here. Our website is cafacghana.com, CAFACGH.com. And in the next couple of slides, I will talk a little bit about our website, as well as the YouTube that we're doing now and other YouTubes that we'll be doing and projecting them on the CAFAC YouTube channel. So I'll move to my next slide, and that is to talk about the reason why we even decided to do this YouTube channel. You have to note that CAFAC TV is purely an educational enterprise and is strictly apolitical. It has and will never have any political leanings. Our main aim is to be the media wing of CAFAC and concentrate on providing education and information to viewers about fraud and corruption. We believe that knowledge is power, and education is one of the primary processes to obtain that knowledge. CAFAC TV will dedicate at least 25% of its content to educate the Ghanaian public about fraud and corruption and the generally accepted methods of fighting the evil twins. Sometimes we shall give general education just as you would get in a classroom setting. At other times, we shall select a trending issue and provide analysis and scholarly assessments within the limits of permissible intellectual discussions. At other times, we shall select already decided cases that have already been decided. For example, the recent case of Mr. Asian in Capital Bank, where he was found guilty of having stolen almost 100 million Ghana cedis. That led to the dissolution of the bank. In those instances, when we dissect those decided cases, we shall do basically a post-mortem discussion, analysis, all within the context of contemporary scholarship. So that is the education piece of the content that we shall be doing on this YouTube channel. Okay, so in this next slide, I'm talking about an entrepreneurship forum. And what it is we in CAFAC, we believe that the young people of today's Ghana really have to take an interest in being entrepreneurs. The world is changing, and the times have come to the point where no longer can anybody put their hopes on the government to provide jobs. In advanced countries, the private sector is really the driver of jobs. Private sectors are, constantly providing jobs. In the US, every day, new businesses are being introduced into the system based on the creativity and the ingenuity of young people and adults as well. So we believe that that same idea has to come to Ghana. We don't want young people to put all their hopes that as soon as I graduate, I go to the government and then insist that the government gives me a job. We've all seen the stories about nurses, teachers, everybody waiting for the government to give them what they call posting. Well, in CAFAC, we think that a different line of understanding has to come into the minds of young people. And to make this very possible, to bring this home, we are going, in this channel, we're going to be pushing the entrepreneurship forum. And so the question is, what is an entrepreneurship forum? This is a forum that will bring together all the young people who have an interest in becoming their own businessmen, setting up their own businesses. So from time to time, we shall do content that will enable the young people to share their ideas. So one idea will rub off another idea. And through these discussions, that's why we call it a forum, everybody will bring their ideas, and we have what we call brainstorming sessions. And through that, we believe that people will get a lot of ideas about how to set up their own businesses. So let me go through the 5 points that I have under this entrepreneurship forum. The first point, as you see on your screen, is the fact that there is a lot of literature out there. I mean, if you really want to read about entrepreneurship, there's no limit as to the number of books that you can read, the number of scholarly articles. The knowledge is limitless. But the important thing is, it's not just about getting the knowledge. It's about also understanding that this is the lifeline. This is what is going to enable you to be able to stand on your own. That's why in this first point we say that entrepreneurship will continue to be touted as the one sure solution to unemployment. And that's a fact. Now the second point is what I was just saying a minute ago. It's not just having the knowledge, but also putting it into practice. So on the second point, we're saying that the forum will enable the young people to be able to rub off these ideas, have these discussions, and then be able to put them into practice, which we call the practical application of entrepreneurship. So the community comes together, so that I'm on my third point now. So the community comes together and they will share their ideas, and then as they get to know each other, they will be able to even form partnerships. So, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D, Mr. E, Mr. F, they are all coming to the CAFAC YouTube channel dedicated to entrepreneurship. And through that, their discussions, the next thing you will know, Mr. A and Mr. C have formed a partnership. Maybe they want to go into shea butter business, or maybe they want to go into the north to explore tomato, growing opportunities over there. Ghana is now importing tomatoes from Burkina Faso. So these are some of the issues, the things that we hope will come out of the Entrepreneurship Forum. It brings people of like minds together. They will have discussions about entrepreneurship, form partnerships, and then it's all about, at the end of the day, starting their own businesses. Then on the fourth point, we will invite successful entrepreneurs. I don't want to talk about the big names, as we all know, the Despites and then the Bahamas, those who have formed big companies. We don't necessarily have to bring all these big names. It will be difficult to even bring them. But there are, medium-sized companies that are out there that are doing well, that we can go to talk to their owners and invite them to come to the YouTube channel, this CAFAC YouTube channel, to talk to our Entrepreneurship Forum members. And that will help them to give them ideas about how they can start their own businesses. And then the final point is this thing that is very, very prominent in the US, the Shark Tank. And this is where, hopefully, if we are able to establish it, it will be maybe once a week, maybe every Friday, every Tuesday, whatever, where we bring experts, a panel of experts, and then we select members of the forum to put together a proposal, a business proposal, and then they will appear before these experts and present their proposal. And then the experts will have the opportunity to criticize their proposals. And in the US, when these things happen, sometimes those with very brilliant proposals will have their phones ringing off the hook, because investors will be interested and they will want to either buy their proposal or go into business with them, all in the interest of projecting the ideas that these young entrepreneurs have. So that's the Entrepreneurship Forum that will be part of this YouTube channel in terms of content. So I'll go to the next slide, which is the lessons learned. And what do I mean by lessons learned? In the YouTube, in the CAFAC TV channel, we're going to be looking at corruption cases. There's a lot of corruption cases, not just in Ghana, but all over the world. So, we don't want anybody to feel that we are targeting them or we're trying to bring their name into disrepute. It's every corruption case in the world can be selected. And all that we're trying to do is compare notes. I left the shores of Ghana very early, in the early 80s. I schooled in the UK, I schooled in the US. I've spent over 30 years in the US, and haven't spent all my entire adult career in auditing. I have seen that there's a big distinction in the way we fight corruption in the underdeveloped countries versus the advanced countries. So in some of the content that we shall be doing on corruption cases, what we will do is look at how the advanced countries handle corruption cases and compare it to how the underdeveloped countries handle corruption cases. And when we see the clear distinction, we will then know how and why we are not able to fight corruption. What is it? Is it that they have a better judicial system? Is it that they have better investigators? Is it that they don't, why should a corruption case drag on for 2 years when in the advanced countries the maximum time will be 4 months? Because if you've done your homework well and if you have all your evidence, There's no need, and to drag the case and drag. There's a current case